we're at My Broadband's digital conference. I have to admit I'm pretty excited. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, because Mike's left me in a little bit of a lurch. So first of all, I don't see any Mike Cowan. Where the WTF are you, Mike? And secondly, Mike is doing the cool-ass trust keynote and he's left with me to build out something amazing. So I've spent the weekend stressing about it. And I think what I've noticed when I look at the world of digital marketing, we've kind of exploded. We've used all these interesting technologies and we get stuck behind dashboards, looking at analytics and looking at like conversion metrics, and that's what's driving our behavior. So today, what I figured I would do is go back to the basics. Let's understand what that buying journey is of a modern consumer. Let's really figure out where we should be using technology to build these amazing experiences that is hinged around that relationship, building trust with your consumer. So guys, we should see some action later on. Hopefully it'll be a blast. Chat to you later. So we're here at My Broadband.
I wasn't late, you were just so early.
I was early.
So let's get the context right. The conference starts at 11:15. Brett was here at 9.
I'm excited.
I was late.
I'm excited, especially when I saw My Broadband, trusted in tech.
Lovely.
Legendary. Rudolph. That's exactly what it's about.
So what are we talking about?
No, we're going to tell everybody what we're doing today. So I think, so first of all, I get to speak first, not on trust, not on the deck that we spent all the time working on, but I had to make my own fucking
I've been working on. Sorry.
You've been working on, but I thought I would use it and just look fucking good.
No, absolutely. So what's really cool is you're going to be coming from more of a practical
Can you
approach.
try and do that again? Exactly like you did.
Like how? What is he talking about? Hey?
So we're going a practical approach?
You're doing the practical, and I'm going to do a bit more of a deeper theoretical insight. So, because it's you've got to understand what's behind it. It's not just like, oh, let's just go build trust.
Trust has been disrupted. So what the fuck do we do now, right?
And how do we actually do it? And what does it mean? So this is about content marketing, and it doesn't actually really matter whether it's content marketing,
it's digital marketing,
everything's
as a whole.
Everything's disrupted. Absolutely, everything's disrupted.
And I'm actually going to take people through the whole idea of digital is here, but is it really here? Absolutely. And I'm going to relive a buying cycle of a customer and pick out these points where all the problems that we're still faced with, there's technologies to solve it.
Absolutely.
And how we can solve it. And it really is establishing and building that trust.
Absolutely, which is what it comes down to. You're either building trust or you're going bust.
Boom.
Boom.
And why? Because as marketers, our job is that. We want to build relationships with customers who love our product. I mean, it's been a while for me. So I want you guys to do this. Put yourself in the shoes of your customer. Picture you're buying shoes. Why not? In my case, Crocs. They're coming back, everybody. Crocs are coming back. Huge. Millions of people watch it. But the MMA tribe, the guys in Asia, have narrowed it down to 32,000 people in their tribe who will do anything for their brand. And they're just normal people like us who are passionate about it. They found their tribe and they can scale their business. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is so important to build these trusted relationships because it ties back to one thing: revenue. That's why we're here, because if you're not trusting, and this is Mike's favorite saying, if you're not building trust, you're going bust. It's cheesy, man. So on that note, go out there and find your tribe. Thank you.
You know, when you go about halfway through, you realize there's something that is completely, but it's not as if you lost it. You're in a different universe. So, you realize it's so sitting, it's like saying, you forgot about it. But I realized it says mathematical formula.
But you know what? You're lucky. You wanted the meeting.
Well, we'll kill it.
I've never seen anyone murder like this by New Zealand. We remember from
But we had the best pitch. We were like, we're going to do a Google Hangout from space. You guys are doing the Axe thing from space, we're going to do it. And we got sign off from NASA, and this is how much we worked on this. We got all the access, we're like, we are doing South Africa, Unilever, hangout from space with the guys on the beach. We nailed that win. It was just before hangout is, and we were like, you're going to be pilots, you're going to be first. We've been running tests with the NASA to check and that's how much we did from a Google point of view. And he went, well, it sucks.
You know what the worst part was? Like 2 weeks later, guys, what about the Skype call from space?
I want to start off with the idea that absolutely everything has been disrupted, except probably the idea of death and taxes. I know they gave SARS a hell of a run for their money, but they're busy fixing that, unfortunately for us, at the end of every month. Let's good luck to them. But what it has created is what Greta alluded to earlier. It's that WTF moment. And we all sit there and we all have this moment. And it's that moment where we're sitting and we're saying, we used to do something this way. Now it doesn't work anymore. How do we actually do it in a new and different way? Because we have no playbook, we have no understanding on how to fundamentally do it in a fundamentally new and different way. In a way that is relevant and in a way that's going to connect with our audiences. And it's a terribly painful moment, and we get to speak to executives. And I don't know how many of you are sitting at the executive level in your respective organization, but leadership are struggling with this idea of how do I actually take this digital and how do I become something different in this digital age. And this WTF moment is a very, very real, painful point. So when you're sitting chatting to your boss, trust me, they're also going through it, and they guess it. Integrity. And this is a no-brainer for every single market in the world. Do what you promise you will do. Kalula is a great example. We will leave the gates at such and such a time, but 90% of their flights are delayed. We all get angry and it gets frustrating. I don't want to fly Kalula anymore because they don't deliver on what they promise. And they come back with these stock standard responses. And it drives me nuts. And they are not delivering on the brand promises that they have created. And it's a massive, massive mistake.
And that's a wrap, as they say.
That's a wrap.
And when we say wrap, we're not talking about chicken wraps or pizza wraps. What we're talking about is a great show. I have to admit.
Absolutely.
Rudolph and team, and my broadband.
And Aki.
And Aki, you worked. The legend. Absolutely.